Students, today we are going to discuss about the applications of the soft computing. Already we have seen what is meant by soft computing, so I don't want to talk about that. We know what are the features. Now we are going to talk about what are the applications. So where we are using the application. If you see your screen, so the basic applications are like actuarial science, agricultural, biomedical, civil, computer science, okay, forecasting, data mining, environmental, fault tolerance, feature selection, image processing. Okay, these are the applications. So just to list out what are the various models were designed in those applications. For example, if you take biomedical, so prediction of the breast cancer, okay, forecasting, crime forecasting, data mining, data analytics, in the environmental engineering, weather forecasting. Okay, so image processing, we are identifying so many images. We have so many data sets on image. Okay, now coming to this side, industrial mechanics, okay, material engineering. So coming to the material engineering, we can take the example of like civil engineers will see like in this particular area which type of material may be more strong. Mechanical engineering, we are getting automatic vehicles, automobile system is in a position that we can drive the car without a human being. So they are automated. So we are using robotics. Again, robotics is designed by soft computing with the fuzzy logic. Okay. Medical diagnosis. We know that robots are doing the surgery, right? So in that case, again, robotics will comes into the picture. Nanotechnology, pattern recognition. Okay. And if you talk about the cyber security, in that we are taking all the patterns of the malicious attacks and we are predicting them. Okay, in the traffic, if any malicious pattern is available, we are going to detect it before itself. Polymer exclusion process control, signal processing, yeah, process control, everything is automated. So how it is going to automate? Okay, where you may have different types of scenarios, or you may have different types of input. You may have less data. Okay, so in that process control. Next, coming to the signal processing. So all the signal processing, how the human brain is going to process the signals. So we can take the artificial neural network and process the signals. Smart instrumentation, uh, turning, milling, drilling, in grinding. So all these are some of the applications of our soft computing. Okay. Now, what are the techniques we are going to use in the soft computing? So, as we discussed in the earlier sessions, we can go for the fuzzy logic, we can go for the neural networks, or we can go for the genetic algorithms, right? So, in these cases, we have Repset theory, you have uncertain information processing theorems, probabilistic reasoning. Next one is concept analysis. So, all these are the applications where we can achieve the complex models to be solved. What are the basic fields of the soft computing? Remember, the four main fields of the soft computing are fuzzy logic or fuzzy computing, evolutionary computing, neural computing, and probabilistic computing. So, according to our syllabus, which we are going to learn, we have the fuzzy computing, we have the neural computing, and we have the evolutionary computing. Okay. So, these three things will be familiar, you will be familiar after completing our subject. Now, what is a basic unique property of the soft computing? So now we have a clear picture about the soft computing. What is a basic or unique property? So first property is experimental, learning from the experimental data. So what we are doing, we are first experimenting, then only we are learning. We are not learning first and doing the experiment. So please try to understand. So first we are experimenting everything, then only the data has been trained. Okay, so we are not learning the experiment, then we are doing the experiment. First, we are doing the experiment, then we are learning from that. Next one, all the techniques are produce output from previously unseen. So, just I want to tell you one point here. So in the machine learning algorithms, we have two types. One is supervised and one is unsupervised. In the supervised, we'll have the guidance and we'll have the expected output. Okay, we'll have some information about the process. So in unsupervised, we don't have that. We don't know what is the output and we don't know how we have to process it. So similarly, soft computing belongs to the second category where we cannot have any input, okay, proper unseen inputs, because previously we didn't worked on that particular input. Directly we are using it, okay, and we don't have any previous learned output or input also. So this is the basic property of the soft computing. Finally, generalization. So generalization, as we discussed, it can work on any type of data, not only to text or an image or a voice or a video or a audio. So this is the generalization data. So three things you have to remember: learning from the experimental data, we don't have any previous inputs or outputs, and generalization. Now, what are the advantages? Okay, as we discussed when we are like analyzing the differences. So this is completely based on human reasoning. Now a robot can do any work. So according to the commands, it will work. Now what we are doing, we are training the robot in such a way that it can capture the human feelings also. So it can understand what human want to do. So it is working in that manner. Okay, it is following the human, reading the human brain and giving the response accordingly. And closer to human thinking and biologically inspired. So when we talk about the robo, it will only work on the commands what we are providing. But if you compare with the biological neuron, so it will have the emotions, feelings, all these things will be there, which will only be present in the robo, right? So all these things we are trying to incorporate with the help of the soft computing using the genetic algorithm. Next, we can model linguistic, or we can go for the fast when computing, effective in practice. Okay, linguistic means it will be multiple, like it will only, we can't say that it will only do this task. So it will do all the tasks in spite of uh, type of application we are going to use. And it is very fast when compared to traditional one. And it is very effective in practice. Now, if you see the various problem solving techniques, if you see the flow chart, you can see here, already we discussed about that. We have hard and soft computing. So in the hard, we have only traditional thing, but coming to the soft computing, we have the approximate reasoning, functional approximate and randomized search. Coming to the approximate, you have probabilistic and fuzzy logic. But coming to the functional approximate and randomized search, we have evolutionary, artificial neural networks, machine learning. In the evolutionary, again, we have a technique called genetic algorithms. Okay, so basically complete techniques are divided into two, hard and soft. Again, hard is traditional one. In the soft, we have the approximate reasoning and randomized. Again, in the approximate, you will go for the probabilistic or fuzzy. And finally, in randomized, you have evolutionary, artificial neural networks, and machine learning. Again, in the evolutionary, we have a concept called genetic algorithms. So these are the various problem solving techniques. And now, according to our problem, we can select any one of it. So we will discuss some of the basic things of some techniques. Okay, first one is ANN. Already we have understood that artificial neural network is a picture of biological neuron. Okay, so what we are doing, we are converting the biological neuron into the artificial neuron. So all the biological nervous system will have simple units called neuron. So all these neurons are converted into artificial neuron, which is called as a node. Okay, and all these neurons are connected, because in order to provide any response, it should be connected, interconnected, and it will form a network. So this network will be connected through the help of the ANN. So it is a mathematical model which will have all the neurons. It will have some set of operations, and it will take some input as a signal, and it will generate output as a signal. So same, it can be used for recognizing patterns. It will train, first it have to be trained, and it also accept all the noise data, and it can also filter the data with the help of our network. And this is an interconnected, strongly interconnected system, which will have a simple behavior like they have to be connected in order to solve the complex problems. For example, I'll give you one example here for better understanding. Suppose, like you're feeling hungry. Okay, how you feel the hungry? Your stomach, whatever your digestive system will give a signal to the brain. So what the brain will tell you? So you have to eat something. So the problem here is you're feeling hungry. That signal will be sent to the brain, and that particular brain will process that. And what it will do? It will indicate that you're feeling hungry. You have to eat. For that, it will connect all the neurons which are related to that particular part. And every time, whenever you're feeling hungry, already the process is trained, right? So again, the same network will activate and it will give the signal. Okay, so when we are eating, we'll feel that hunger is gone. So, like that, for every action, for every simple action which we are going to perform, okay, so the network is predefined in your brain. So, similarly, we will create an artificial neural network for every task, okay. So, for every task, accordingly, we can go ahead. So next one is genetic algorithms. So evolutionary algorithms, as I said, these are all related to the biological genetical system where we want to add the biological feelings for the neural networks. So this is related to that. So the chromosomes, like how your parent gene will be matched with you, like that, we will follow the genetic algorithms. So finally, we have the fuzzy logic. So only one word I want to tell here because anyhow in the second unit we are going to discuss about the fuzzy logic. So it is a logic where you will have the response in the form of not crisp values. You will have some group of responses. It is not a two-valued logic. It will have the multi-valued logic. So it will give some percentage values. According to that, you can decide. Suppose if I want to calculate the honesty, I'll say that honest or not honest. Only two will be there in the crisp, honest or dishonest. But coming to the fuzzy logic, you will have very honest, medium honest, not honest, like that you can divide it. So this will be done in the fuzzy logic. Okay, so these are the applications of the soft computing. Thank you.